What's going on, everyone? Liam Catterson here, and it's another edition of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.'s Countdown with the top 7 characters that I miss the most. This was done in an interesting way, because I was originally going to do a top 10, but top 10's cliche, maybe, I don't know. But no, this is season 7. 7's my favourite number, and plus this makes it a bit more challenging because there's been a lot of characters in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that have gone, either to do better things, I guess, than stick around with the craziness. Don't know why, but yeah. No, but they've either gone and moved on, or they have died. But they still left an impact for me, and this is what this list entails. So I'll probably, so if this video is also a bit short as well, I'm trying not to muck things up, basically, because I'm always mucking things up, and I don't want that. So yeah, but I'll put in a brief summary of what I liked about these characters and what really motivated me to to basically, like, some of the moments that I really enjoyed with them. So, yeah. So with that said, let's start this list. So, coming in at number 7 is Jeffrey Mace, who is also the Patriot. So, yeah, I bloody adored him in season 4. Like, there was never a foot wrong with him. Like, he was always super enjoyable. He was always delivering some great banter between characters, whether it was Simmons in, I think it was episode 5, because I think that was the same episode where Phil, Daisy and May were at the prison and all of that. But yeah, he would always offer some great bants to the characters, and he had this charming personality about him. Like, he was so like, there was never a foot wrong with him, basically. I absolutely enjoyed him so much. And he had a really interesting background with his love for Inhumans. Because he would express his support about Inhumans. And he was basically painted as an Inhuman who the public loved. And for some reason, he does bring that All Might sense in, for those who are not sure what I'm talking about, My Hero Academia. And you might see the similarities there, but he does bring a sense of this character called All Might. And that was a thought that was going through my head a few days ago. And I think it does ring true, but yeah, he was an absolutely fun character, and I absolutely loved going through his story, and even when the jig was up about his Inhuman power, he would still be committed to being brave, like, especially with your support. That could potentially make you a bit sad and all of that, and feel helpless and all of that, considering that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to help people out, and he still stuck by that drive once the jig was up. So I really appreciated his valiant efforts in season 4 right until the very end, which was really noble, and it was a great way as well, because he got to be Inhuman as well without having to take that serum. He basically got to live his dream, dying doing something you love, I guess. Yeah. Next we have Cal, who was Daisy's father, and again, someone who would bring some charm only on good occasions, because there were occasions where you would be like, okay, steer clear and all of that. But especially during the later episodes of season 2, he would always be so funny to watch, especially when he was Hyde. That was really bizarre. But it was bizarre, but it worked so well. I absolutely enjoyed Cal as Hyde so much, and not the ideal Cal, but it added some level of hilarity in the season, like in the season 2 finale, especially when he was chasing Fitzsimmons. Like, don't know why, but you could just imagine like a Scooby-Doo corridor chase with Cal and Fitzsimmons, literally. But it was so great to go into his story as well, and it really got more tragic, like I said, towards the end, because we first started out with a bit of shakiness with Cal's character, but things started to develop, and you felt an ounce of sorrow for Cal. So yeah, and you do feel it even further with his current condition. And I do miss his contribution so much, because he was so phenomenal. Even when he wasn't Hyde, though, there would be moments of craziness, even in the duller episodes, that he would just take the episode by storm with his craziness. He like, what was the episode? I think it was 13. But he was with the slicing talons. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. He was so bizarre then, and I absolutely enjoyed it. And for what was an episode that wasn't really as impressive, he just made up with it so much. So I absolutely enjoyed his company in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Next we have Lincoln. There's going to be a lot of people who've checked out my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reactions knows that I'm going to be like, oh god, here we go. He's gonna die because of the sight of Lincoln. It's funny, actually. Fandom reactions have just got on the episode, in my recording perspective, have just got on the episode where they have encountered Lincoln. And I know Nikki, who is part of Fandom reactions, is I guess, I don't know, in love with him? Yeah. Which is pretty damaging to me, because I was first. I was the one who loved him first. No, in all seriousness, I know there's not really the most popular fan base behind Lincoln, which is okay, because I understand, like, especially with the fact that there was not much going for him. He was pretty much like the Hawkeye of, although you don't want to be saying that when Endgame comes out, or Endgame will be out by this point, won't it? Yeah, it will. So, he was pretty much the Hawkeye, I guess, because there's not much going for him. He's pretty much underdeveloped, and you just wish there was more for him, because otherwise there wasn't anything too captivating about Lincoln. But I did love his characteristic. Like, he was pretty, I guess, charismatic, intelligent as well, because I know he was the one who suspected something was up with Daisy during that whole possession thing. Possession thing? Yeah, it kind of was. It was a sway and all of that from Hive. But yeah, he was pretty intelligent, as well as pretty. I'll see myself out. No, I really did enjoy his character, because he had somewhat of an interesting, not interesting like, oh god, this is really interesting. It was interesting in a weird way, an interesting direction about his character, especially with his past, and after him being involved with Afterlife as well, with the whole Inhuman stuff going on. Yeah, there was a really interesting way they took his story, especially with his treatment at S.H.I.E.L.D., because I know there was one scene in particular where Phil wasn't really too enthusiastic with linking aboard, and he was ready to have him killed if the times demanded it, I guess. But, well, killed not like his, like Phil's gonna kill him, but it was that bomb thing. It was that vest, wasn't it? So yeah, that caused quite a bit of commotion. So yeah, but he also has a really fascinating inhuman power as well. So yeah, Lincoln was pretty interesting. I will agree though, he wasn't really the most interesting inhuman of the bunch, but he was interesting enough for me to not go, this guy. So yeah, he didn't have a too stellar story and all of that, but He was very, very charismatic. He was very, very passionate, and I really, really did enjoy. Like, he did create this good atmosphere. Not stand out or anything, but enough to leave an impact on me, I guess. Ghost Rider, as well as next. Who had a more impactful run in a shorter amount of episodes than Lincoln did. And he was so amazing, especially in it. Like, the backstory was really, really well done. When he talked about how he died and all of that after the gang chase and all of that. And not just that, though, but whenever he would turn into the Ghost Rider and all of that, there would just be chaos, especially in the final episode of season 4. Like, amazing scenes. It was just really, really great. But Robbie was a really, really fantastic character. Like, I liked his interactions with Daisy, because there was obviously something going on there. And I think there still would be if he did return, and I honestly would love to see him return. And I'm a bit surprised that he didn't return in season 5, considering Phil's situation and all of that. So yeah, it was really, really great stuff to see Robbie in such a short amount of time create such a great impact. Like, episode 1 of season 4, he was. Like, he left off a great first impression, and that would only continue to evolve, especially with S.H.I.E.L.D. being a bit tippy-toey around Ghost Rider and all of that. So yeah, but I would honestly love to see him return. Like, I think realism sakes, he would be the best character to return, because he, like, if there's a situation that S.H.I.E.L.D. have difficulty with, like Aida, Ghost Rider could potentially come along. Of course, it might have to be something vital, like the Darkhold was, like Aida having her hands on that. Yeah, that wasn't really that wasn't doing anything in terms of keeping Ghost Rider back, because that was vital in terms of getting it to hell, I guess. So yeah, too much power, people. But yeah, it was great seeing him. He had really, really charming personality. He was really, really fun, and I got a lot of energy seeing Ghost Rider kick around for several episodes. So yeah, I would love to see him return. Guess I can't say the same for this person, because she caused a lot of shit, and that is Aida. Bloody hell, but I do miss her so much, because she was a really, really fantastic character who basically made Ultron look like a chump, in my opinion. No, Aida was really, really impressive, especially when the Agents of Hydra story came around, because that's when your hatred for that character started to be, especially for me and my Fitzsimmons heart. She was an absolute bitch. So yeah, but it was a fantastic story, which would inevitably backfire for Radcliffe, because we had a feeling that this, I think there was this feeling that, oh, robot's going to take over, like this robot, I guess, not specifically a robot, it's an LMD, but still, anything robotic is going to take over the world, and lo and behold. But with her, it's not just the fact that Aida as a character was really, really well done, but her presence left a really, really big impact in the as well as Radcliffe's, but Aida as well, with the LMD, with that transcending Agents of Hydra. It left a really, really great impact. And Ophelia, was that the name in the season 4 finale, should I say, when she was going batshit crazy and her real self came around after that manifested. That was well done as well, because it started off with Ophelia needing Fitz, basically, and when Fitz declined her and wanted to just break things off, she would go into an absolute rage, and I absolutely, I adored how demonic, I guess, things got with Ophelia, so I absolutely did enjoy that, because it just painted for some really, really incredible acting. Like, Mallory Jansen was absolutely stunning as Aida. And the level of sinisterism, especially in the final episode when we thought she killed Gemma, which wasn't really fucking cool, but whatever, because it was like, okay, this isn't happening, and thank God it didn't happen. It did happen, but the poor LMD got it, didn't the LMD, so yeah. But she left a really, really great impact, and I think not just an impact on the viewer, but in the universe, definitely, because of the fact that we had the Doctor working with with Madame Hydra, same thing at the end of the day, and her consequences has left a really, really shattering impact throughout season 5, maybe season 6, with Fitz as well. So yeah, I absolutely loved the impact that she did leave in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Number 2, we have Grant Ward. Yeah, I think we all, like, despite the malicious shit that he's done, I think we all miss Grant Ward. And Brett Dalton absolutely smashed it out the ballpark with his acting, with his performance, and I absolutely did enjoy it. Like, of course you're going to enjoy his villainy more than the days he was with S.H.I.E.L.D. and all of that. But even then, there was some really, really great moments from S.H.I.E.L.D. Grant Ward. Heck, the framework version was just really, really great to see. But like I said, I think the Grant Ward that we are just so intrigued to the most is the villain. His the villainy, his backstory, it was really, really well done. And I liked the brothers angle as well, because it did show a really, really, like when he was trying to get revenge on his brother in season 2, just showed how, well, it showed an ounce of how callous he could be. But that would extend further to season 3. And it's funny, I'm talking about what he did to one of his brother. His other brother was involved in another callous move that he did in season 3. And that was episode 9, wasn't it? It was the one before Mavis, because I remember, because I struggle with that episode so much. The episode 9, when he has Fitzsimmons as hostages and he tortures them. Struggle so much because they did not deserve that whatsoever, and he was infuriating. But he plays such a great, Brett Dalton as a whole, I miss him, even as Hive. And he was so sinister. Brett Dalton is such a fantastic actor that it was just so amazing seeing him. Like, you wanted to punch him in the face, but you absolutely enjoy, and the story throughout, from him being a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent to him killing Victoria Hand to him working with S.H.I.E.L.D. In the midst of the other S.H.I.E.L.D. Situation that we had going on, and yeah, everything, it was all done. I think the story behind Ward was absolutely fantastic, and I don't think it could have gone any other way. I would love to see Ward again, don't get me wrong, because I think Brett Dalton can play a plethora of characters, and it's still fresh. Like, S.H.I.E.L.D. Ward, great stuff. Evil Ward, great stuff. Hive, great stuff. Framework Ward, great stuff. I've heard some things regarding season 6, to explain why Coulson is there and all of that. And the multiverse, since it was teased in season 5, could come in a big factor. So, if Grant Ward slid in there, and played a different character, it's like Tom Cavanaugh with the Flash. You just wouldn't mind whatsoever. Like, I would love Brett Dalton to return, simply put. But like I said, he was such a fantastic villain. Like, he is easily the best, in my eyes, the best villain of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And he just has a really, really great backstory. So sinister. I absolutely enjoy his character so much. And everything regarding his story, there's never been... even when they were at the S.H.I.E.L.D. hideout with him and just Skye there, it was so sinister, especially with what he did to one of the Konings. So yeah, it was horror levels-esque kind of villainy that Ward would put off. Even when he was being transferred and all of that, and he made his escape in season 2, like I said, horror levels of shit that he pulled off. And he's just absolutely fantastic as a character. So Grant Ward is a big miss in terms of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And honestly, his character, if I saw Brett Dalton again in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I wouldn't be mad whatsoever. Like, because even the evil Grant Ward, should I say, because he just brings a level of evil that is just repulsive and you cannot tire from, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is great with their creativity. They would cook something up surely with Grant Ward. They even did with Hive. So yeah, like, they wrote Grant Ward out, but that wasn't mean Brett Dalton would be gone. So whereas they could have done anything. They could have had Will come around from Mavis, and he could have been in Brett Dalton. The actor who played Will could have been in the shoes Brett Dalton was in the latter part of season 3. But Brett Dalton is a freaking fantastic actor, and it's a great thing that they didn't skip Hive with Brett Dalton, because not only would, I guess, we feel that bit of premature leaving for Brett Dalton as an actor for the show, but he, like I said, he created a different, he had a different character, and he played the character differently, and it was still sinister. So much. He had that, he was sinister as Grant Ward, but he was absolutely more sinister with Hive, and it was absolutely intimidating at times. So yeah. And finally, I'm cheating with this one, but there's reasons why I'm doing so with this option. The last option is Bobbi, Morse, and Hunter. I'm more towards Bobbi than I am with Hunter, because we got to see Hunter in season 5, and we missed Bobbi so much. There's so much you could say with Bobbi, but the reason why I'm branching them two together, why I'm branching Huntingbird together, is because they work so well as a duo. And I think it's okay with including Hunter in the Fitz episode in season 5, because they are bros in real life, aren't they? And not just that though, but Hunter can work well with Fitz, as he can do with Bobbi, but Bobbi gets a lot of great scenes from Hunter, so I feel like if bringing her back, you got to bring Hunter back as well, full time as well. So yeah, whereas with Hunter, he has a lot of chemistry with Fitz as well, so it works out well for Hunter, because he has this really, really fascinating character about him. Same with Bobbi though. She's really, really confident, and she's very, very strong, and I love her as a character. She went through all of that hell in season 2, and she never gave up. If of course things were going to be shaky and all of that, but she was so strong given the torture she would go through. And it's another reason why Grant Ward was so sinister, but you absolutely love his character, because that's a Grant Ward thing to do, to torture Bobbi like that. and it was absolutely morbid. But like I said, it's a Grant Ward thing to do. But yeah, Bobbi is an absolutely amazing character. Like, I got a bit about her before I watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, not the incarnation on TV. But I had I knew about Bobbi and all of that, a bit about her, and it was a blessing to see her appear on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Not just that though, but she was an incredible badass. Of course, there's going to be a bit of wasted potential, potential with the fact that she left in season 3. But to be fair, like, they wanted to do Most Wanted, didn't they? The spin-off. But they didn't get around to it. They did get around to filming it, but they didn't get the chance to publish it on TV, which sucks so much. But still, Bobbi's presence was absolutely dominated. Because she had a small amount of time, so there's not as much memories as you can say with Grant Ward and all of that, because he was there from the start till the end of season 3, whereas Bobbi showed up in episode 5 of season 2 and then left at episode 13, and it was heartbreaking. But she creates such an impact. She's so badass. I absolutely adore her character so much, and seeing her just kick all the ass was beautiful. The moves she would pull off, everything. She was just mesmerizing to watch. And like I said, her comedy with Hunter was just even was so much more compelling. Like, it was absolutely funny. Like, they would always absolutely be funny. And I do feel like if they were still in the show, you with Bobbi and Hunter. Whereas with Grant Ward, you'd think, okay, that's an opportune time for the actor to leave and all of that. But with Bobbi and Hunter, you're left wondering what could happen if they were still with S.H.I.E.L.D. With season 4. Surely the more serious tone that would go on, especially with season 5, Hunting Bird would be able to keep that comedy level there, so there would be something to laugh about. But then again, Deke came in and all of that, and he would kind of do their job, I guess, because Deke's an absolute treasure. But no, it would be so interesting to see their experience with the framework and all of that, what kind of stories they would have in season 4. Considering season 4 was kind of separate for a lot of the characters and all of that, they weren't all confined together. They would be separated at times. So I would be absolutely compelled to see what season 4 would await for Hunting Bird. But like I said, they were absolutely great. Bobbi was amazing, and she was just a complete badass who would just pull you. She would have this sway on you because of how incredible she was as a badass. Hunter was also a badass as well, don't get me wrong, but in terms of my preference about the pair, Bobbi's the one that really, really motivates me so much with her badassery. So yeah, but like I said, them two worked so much together, and they would have some amazing chemistry. And I would love for them to return as a main cast, but of course the actress, I don't know about Nick Blood, because I think he's a bit more freer to be on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But I think, they could do so, but you're left wondering what's happened with Bobbi and all of that. So yeah, whereas the actress there, she's got a more solidified role on the Orville, so there's not as much chance to leave her in the background there than there would be for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So that's more lucrative, isn't it? So yeah, but still, I miss Bobbi so much. And I would love to see her return so much. I would honestly scream the shit down if Bobbi did return, because she was so fascinating to watch in between seasons 2 to 3. And yeah, like I said, I honestly miss her so much. So yeah, that's basically all I have. I know I said I was going to keep this short. It's like half an hour for my timer, so yeah. But those were my top 7 characters that I miss so much. I know there's characters like Triplet on there to mention as well, because like but that's the thing, like, it was so hard to narrow it down to 7 and all of that, and I was just basing on my own experiences when I was watching the show, who I absolutely loved to death, and I think I did pretty swell with my list. So yeah, let us know. I'm speaking like there's a double version of me. It's an LMD. Quick, I'm not playing that trick again. No, but let me know who your missed characters are for the show, and who you would want to see return the most if, like, the rule book was thrown out the window. Like, it doesn't matter if they're dead or not, just state it. Like, if you miss them so much and you would love to see them return, just state so in the comments if you want to. But yeah, I will see you guys for the next day for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. countdown. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Something a bit different to what I usually do, but hey, we can all do with a bit of variety once in a while, can't we? So yeah, but yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can check my videos on the right. If you want to check out more of my content, you can also subscribe to my Reedy Pizza channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!